Welcome back. This is CN2 Sports. I'm here joined by Chris Miller from WRHI. How are you, Chris?
Very well. Merry Christmas.
Yes, you as well. I'm very excited to have you here. Chris was a huge help. WRHI was a huge help as well with transitioning me into the sports world here, Football City, USA with Rock Hill. So thank you.
Well, you went in and you recovered. You made it to the football season.
Yeah, well, you were a huge help. So just wanted to have you back for a year-end wrap-up. You've got so much knowledge on football. So just kind of wanted to talk about that. What do you think are the big, maybe 3 headlines this year that happened?
Number one, it's got to be the Chester Cyclones.
Yeah.
Winning the state championship, first time since 1963, 55 years. Not only did they win the state championship, they go 15-0. And not a lot of people at the beginning of the year gave them really any kind of credit as a team that was going to make a run. I will give credit to one person did, Gene Knight, who's one of our sportscasters. He said beginning of the year, Chester would win it all, and sure enough, they did 15-0. And they really, to beat Dillon the way they did, I mean, Dillon's the king.
Yeah.
Of 3A football, and to go down and be done, people forget they led Dillon 34-12 in that game.
It's crazy.
Dillon made a run at the end to close the gap, but kudos to the Chester Cyclones. That for sure is the number one story of the season.
Yeah, you know, I went to a practice to go talk to a few of those boys, and they were so humble. I mean, like you said, no one really gave them the credit in the beginning, and they didn't take that out of anger. They just took it and rolled with it, and they won.
And for Coach Floyd, I mean, he's got a lot of talent coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, his quarterback's only a freshman, and Zach Dunham.
It's crazy.
I think they're gonna get a little run going here.
What do you think their next season might look like?
I mean, you got to figure they're going to be one of the top 2 or 3 teams in 3A again next year. I mean, Dillon will be back. I think Chapman will be a player, but Chester put him right up there with them.
Yeah, pretty cool too. A couple of those guys have gotten offers, and Wyatt Tunall headed to Chapel Hill around here. So hopefully we can continue to follow him, being close to home.
Yeah, keep an eye on Philippe Brown. I still think he's going to be a special player at the next level.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what's next? What else do you think?
I think for the South Point Stallions, losing the way they did in the playoffs, they were a team that I think people just kind of assumed, hey, they're going to make it back for a 5th consecutive opportunity. And we learned that their talent level, they didn't have the Darion Kendrick. They didn't have somebody like that could bail them out. And they got into a dogfight with Daniel and came up short. And then the immediate resignation of Coach Straight Heron.
Yeah.
So what's the future like for South Point? There's obviously going to be a changing of the guard.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen this before. Coach Bobby Carroll began the first few years there, and people question what's going to happen at South Point now. Coach Heron came in and kind of took it to the next level.
Yeah.
So I think South Point, the talent's there, and they've got some really good coaching candidates. They've got some good coaching candidates in-house, and I think South Point's still going to be a player again next year. A lot of talent returning, but I think that's the second biggest story is they didn't get that opportunity to play for the state's first 5th consecutive state championship.
Yeah, but you know, being new here, I loved watching them. I mean, Coach Heron, he's a great guy. It was nice to meet him and get to know him. I made a comment when I was at a game one time, and someone had asked him, is there an emphasis on winning here? And he said, you know, no, because the emphasis is on having fun. He said, we're out here to have fun and play football. It's high school football. You know, and I thought that was so cool to hear that from a coach who's been so successful with that team.
And he loves football, and he loves those young men. I mean, Thanksgiving week, they're typically practicing.
Yeah.
He couldn't handle it, so he threw together a backyard football game of former players, and they played on Thanksgiving morning, which was kind of cool to see that.
That's awesome. So maybe one last headline. What do you think?
The Rock Hill Bearcats.
Yeah.
Coach Bubba Pittman and what they did, just an amazing job for Coach Pittman. A lot of people were kind of unsure. Coach Pittman never been a head coach. He gets the job at his alma mater. First few seasons were kind of rocky. I mean, South Point and Northwestern were beating them pretty bad.
Yeah.
This year, not only they beat the Stallions, they beat the Trojans. They win the city championship. They win the region championship. And I think they're set up. They got some great talent returning.
Yeah, that's huge. Well, that'll do it for CN2 Sports. Thank you so much, Chris, for being here with us.
Thank you.
Back to you at the desk.